Smart Woodshop Trailer Q&A. The answers to these questions are from my experience in contracting and building multiple trailers. This is my perspective. Why 12 foot? This question comes in many forms. You know, you need a bigger trailer. Why don't you go to 16? Why don't you go to 18? Why don't you get another 14? Why are you going to 12? And the answer has been answered many, many times in great detail in my videos. That's what the Smart Woodshop is all about. It's about taking the concepts in a larger trailer, ART, the Awesome Rolling Toolbox, and making it smaller. The trailer's going to be shorter and I'm going to be more nimble, but I'm going to have the exact same capabilities that I did with the longer trailer. Part of that question, wait, before I do that, mail call. Not now, I'm not doing it now. This just came in from Stabila. I know what's in that box because they contacted me and said, hey, we got some new and we'd like you to check them out and tell us what you think. So I'm excited to open them up. I know what they are, so watch for that mail call. Continuing on with the 12 foot. Well, don't you ever haul 16 foot goods? I haul 16 foot goods all the time. When I buy crown molding and base molding and any kind of trims, lots of top and bottom plates, that all comes in 16s, even 20s. I haul lots of long material. Number one, I'm not a material hauler as an occupation. I'm a carpenter, a general contractor. My time is best spent doing the work or overseeing the work, not hauling materials. I buy from a lumber company locally, and if I'm needing any quantity of material, I'm gonna let those guys load it on their flatbed. Occasionally I'm gonna need 3 pieces of crown to finish a job or a couple of pieces of base. And I'll run down to the lumber store with my pickup truck with lumber racks. My trailer is not a material hauler. Yes, I can stick some plywood in the aisleway. I can stick some probably 10 foot goods or so in the aisleway, but I don't do that. I never take my trailer to the lumber yard. Why no side door? Every trailer I've owned has had a side door and I've tried to use them and they've never been functional. Primary reason, you've got to have an aisleway. If you're going to use the door to get in and out, then you've got to leave all that space open to get in. And so I've got the aisleway down the middle of the trailer and that aisleway, and it's the space is too valuable to waste for an access point. I've got great access to the ramp door and that's all I need for access. Now I have used those doors before. I've turned a cabinet around and had access from that side for larger tools, but I just found that it was still more cumbersome. I had another lock to deal with, another access point. It was not as efficient as having that same cabinet turned around and accessing from the aisleway and having the ramp door and going out that way. A side man door wastes space for me and they cost more money. And with these nice smooth sides on these trailers, I can do really neat graphics. Ramp door versus cargo or barn doors get in my way on every single job. I've got to open them and I've got to swing them open. I've got to latch them back, or if they're swinging out, I've tried hanging cables on them, but I lose my cabinet space inside because I've got to leave space for those cables hanging on those doors. So I've got to push my cabinetry or shrink my cabinetry forward. I lose functional space by hanging cords on those doors. And 75% of the time when I'm on a job, I park the trailer right up to the garage door and over to one side. And so then that door opens into the garage and I can't swing it all the way back around unless I do it ahead of time and lock it back. And then I have to pull the trailer out to close it. And so I'm bungee cords to try to keep it open. The other door, then I swing all the way around because they always have those little latches and I'll latch them back. So barn doors get in my way. Ramp doors, I have the 2 locks. I drop the door down and it falls right into the garage. Again, 75% of the time it's right in. At the end of the day, I just flip the ramp up, lock it up, close the garage door, leave my trailer on the job, and I've got a little more security because it's bumped all the way up to it. But probably the thing I like the best is I like the smooth incline into the trailer. I like the access, the egress. I'm going in and out of that trailer all day long when I'm on the job. And I just don't like the step up. I like the smooth flow, and then I've got my big table saws on wheels, and I use hand trucks to move things in, and I'm able to roll them right up that ramp. I don't have to lift into the trailer. So I said this jokingly, but I really meant it. If these guys would have came to me and said, hey, we'll knock $2,000 off if you'll go with barn doors, I would have said, absolutely not. That's how valuable a ramp door is to me. What's the curb weight on this trailer? 1,600 pounds. Why aluminum? First off, I want to say on price. I'm not going to tell you what I paid for it. They're expensive. They cost way more than the steel commodity trailers. For a couple reasons. One, the material is more expensive. Number two, even in steel trailers, you have the low-end trailers to nicer trailers where the craftsmanship is better, and they cost more than the low-end trailers. Once you get into a company spending the money on the material like this, they're not going to make a low-quality trailer because it wouldn't make any sense. If they're going for a commodity trailer to get the biggest trailer, the biggest bang for the buck, they're going to blow them out there like 99% of the trailers on the market. You're just not going to find anybody doing that with aluminum, again, because of the cost of material. So you're dealing with not only the material, but the design and the craftsmanship. So they cost more to make. Aluminum is the ideal material for a trailer. Steel's brute strength is higher than aluminum, but aluminum has 3 times, I believe, the elasticity of steel. So when you're bouncing down the road with a heavy load in your trailer, the aluminum has the forgiveness to move and return to its shape, whereas steel does not. You see an aluminum trailer, they look better. The detailing, the trim, how the paint looks on the aluminum, the thickness of the aluminum is better. You look at this Mission trailer here, there's no screws holding the aluminum and sticker. This thing is aluminum, thick aluminum skin. It's aluminum studs. It's an aluminum frame. This is not just some aluminum skin on steel. This is all aluminum. And the quality of the aluminum as well. You can buy really thin, cheap, almost tinfoil aluminums, again, back to those commodity trailers, and then they just screw them every 4 inches into those steel studs. And that's quick mass production, it's cheap, and they just don't hold up. These will last many lifetimes more than those will. And not only that, but after a couple of years, you look at those commodity trailers and they're really unsightly. They get to be very ugly, saggy looking, the rust that shows up on them, even the aluminum skins, the attachment points, and they just look atrocious. And to me, it's important that my business look good. I wash my trailers, wash my truck. When I go on a job, my stuff looks sharp. And these things look good year in and year out. And if you get a ding on the frame, rock dings and all of that kind of stuff, you don't need to touch them up or anything. They're not going to rust. So the maintenance is easier. They last longer. And when you go to sell them, if you ever try to buy an aluminum trailer used, they pretty much get almost what their new price is. They hold their value. And weight, if weight's an issue, it should be. You're towing, it's going to be heavy with your tools. This weighs a third less. A comparable trailer weighs a third less. So in my case of the 14 versus a 14, I checked that particular setup, and my 14 was 800 pounds lighter. That's 800 pounds that isn't doing anything for me, that I'm hauling around all the time. It's not adding any, it's not a big heavy tool that I'm using. It is just extra weight that I'm hauling around, burning gas and more wear and tear on the tires and the brakes and all of that kind of stuff. Aluminum is the best choice for a trailer, and if you're in it for the long haul, it is your best value, and you're actually gonna save money. But that's a hard sell when you go down and you go, and I can't tell you how much more they cost. I know that my 14 versus a comparable 14, it was at least a couple grand more. For me, that was insignificant because it's my profession. It's how I present myself. It's my maintenance and time and taking care of it. I could not have put together a better contractor trailer with all of the trailers and options on the market. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Have a great day.